Oh, man. Welcome to Monday/Tuesday. Stephen's butthole, which is very sweaty on a 35-degree northern New South Wales. Humid, disgusting Legion sweats. You can check out his channel.
I am literally sitting in a wading pool. You do not want to see me from the waist down. It has been the worst week for sweat. I'm not going to be happy for like weeks. It's just horrible.
Hey everyone, welcome to Legion Sweats.
Sweat with Legion on Wednesday.
Yeah. Welcome to the Legion Sweats. Hi to Chris Vandal in. It kind of looks like Japan, but it's not Japan. But welcome to the snowy Las Vegas landscape. I don't know where I was going with there. Are we good? Do we have any potatoes? Can you let us know in chat? I don't think so. Looks good. My name's Adam. I'm from, currently residing in Adelaide. Welcome to the Amigos Co. That's all I got.
Alrighty, I'll do my Adam impression. Hey y'all, this is Adam from Marmalade, Australia. We're not real. We don't exist. We're all actors.
Did you say marmalade?
Marmalade. It's funny. I don't know if I sent it to you guys. I saw a video the other day where it's like this Australian like cooking show chick, and she called the microwave the microwave.
The microwave.
Yeah. Do you guys call it that?
No.
No.
I was watching some webcams last night. There's an app on my TV that you can just watch random webcams from around the world.
X videos, okay.
And most of them are from the States. It's supposed to be webcams around the world. Like 90% of them are in the States. It was 3 a.m. in New York, midnight in the West Coast. So there wasn't much going on. A lot of black streets. You get like a street corner, and like one car would pull up and sit there at the lights. And me and my wife were watching. We're like, just go, buddy, go. Nobody's there. Just go. And you just slowly go around the corner. But I went and checked Vegas, and the one I found was, and I wish I could remember the name of it so you could go there. It's a karaoke bar in Vegas with a 24/7 live stream of the stage with audio.
Interesting.
And I was thinking about people who are nervous going up to do karaoke.
And now you're worldwide.
And do they realize that they're streaming to the world, and that there are like little funny people in Czechoslovakia and Australia and Japan watching them? And of course,
was it by chance themed, like an Asian themed one?
Not that I could see. Because
there is one karaoke place I've been to out here that it's an Asian theme. It's like a Korean or something like that karaoke, and they have cameras everywhere, and like you don't see yourself on those cameras. And I get it, like surveillance and all that. Yeah. I was wondering if it was that one because like it's a legit one. Like you go there and they have like waitresses and TVs all on the walls and all that.
I got to figure out which one it was, and I'll let you know. So you can figure out the camera angle, and then we can figure it out. You can go there and just sing your favorite songs, and I'll sit here and watch at like. It'll be 7 p.m. for me, so it'll be like midnight for you.
If I found out where it was, I wouldn't go sing. I would just stand and stare at the camera the whole time.
Yeah, but slightly off it, just so you were like here the entire time. That must be a privacy thing, right? Because that seems like a really simple idea that should have been always for karaoke things,
Well, a lot of places have you sign a disclaimer that they can use your, because they record all the time. They could use you in their videos and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. I like those ones that we used to have them in other places, and it was the little studio in a box where you'd go and do your own film clip, and whatever happened to those? Bring those back. Those were sick.
Webcams happen. Yeah. People do it at home now.
Yeah, I guess
it's all on TikTok, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Look, I'm a TikToker.
That's a business. Someone should go and buy up those old videos
and sprint out TikTok spaces.
Yeah, well, no, you buy up those old video makers, refresh them, give them a new paint job, stick in a router, and make them like little TikTok centers around the world. You'd do a mint.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
you'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Watching the webcams is weird though. It's weird because I'm flicking around the world. It's like because it was the States, it was late. There was a Shark tank.
Yeah.
And so there's lights on 247, and the fish are swimming around. I'm going, why aren't they eating the fish? Where are the sharks? There's a shark. Oh, there's 2 sharks. There's fucking 50 sharks in there. And then all of a sudden they start coming towards the camera. I'm like, whoa. I'm glad that I don't have a 4K TV because they were really close. Then we jumped over to Russia Cam in Moscow, and I think it's a camera. It looks like it's on like an overhead railway, so because it's above some buildings, so you're looking down at the roofs, and there's like the city. There's all snowy, and it's very Russian. And we're watching this going. It's 8 a.m, Russia. Like there are 3 people on the roof. What are they doing?
It's Russia. What else are you gonna do?
They just kind of walking around the roof a little bit. I'm like, you have no tools. There's no bus coming.
Yeah.
Why are you on the roof? It's just weird.
So
I had an
don't
app
leave
like
us hanging.
that. Sorry.
Why were they on the roof? Don't leave us hanging. What were they doing?
I don't know. I don't pay $4.99, so I only get to watch this much, and then it cuts off.
Yep.
I had an app like that. Went back. It was a iPhone 3. That's how long ago this was. It's 2010. It was like before I went overseas, and it was on the App Store, and I was like random webcams, around the world, so you can watch it from your phone. And some of them, like a good portion of them, were actually in Russia, and like some of them were just like straight up like. If anyone's Russian in the chat, I highly doubt it, but I'm sorry if I offend you, but they all look like your typical tracksuit, dirty, wife-beater Russians, you know what I mean? Just sitting on the couch smoking cigarettes. And it was like 80% of the cameras. I'm like, man, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And I was like, where's all the chicks? Where's all the chicks? And then one of them talked. I was like, oh, that's the chick. And then I just stopped using the app.
Damn.
Yeah. It looked like Kid Rock, but like better hair.
Yeah. Kid Rock. Yeah, bring that back. We have heaps of people hanging out today. Hello to you all at home. We appreciate you being here, being voyeurs to us, someone claimed that Steve was. It's true. It's true. But we're hoping you're having.
I like to watch.
Yeah. We hope you're having we're getting into the silly season this week. This weekend is some day that everyone likes to celebrate all over the world, but people are off work. People are still working. Life is going on, and we hope you're, keeping it all nice up in your jigglies, if you know what I mean. So
your giblets.
In your giblets. I won't go through and say hi to everybody, but hello. Should we just get this out of the way? Let's talk about what you're putting in your face hole. What are you putting in your face hole, Stephen Legion?
Got the unicorn pod. Still vaping this.
Still vaping it.
It's okay. Does the job. It's got leeches in it.
Oh, Tres Leches.
Yeah, 3 leeches. I got 1 tank left of that, and that's okay. Did the intro over the weekend. Didn't do fuck all yesterday because too hot. Filmed early this morning before it got too hot. Did the table sections. They're not great, but they're there. I'll do the FaceTime tomorrow morning before it gets too hot. There's that. And yes, this one, which is really nice.
You got the Anakin thing. Yes.
Yeah, the Anakin one, the 217. Like I said, intro's done. Table section's done. Just got to finish it off. It'll be the next review. This tank is actually really, really nice. I was using it. I was like, okay, it's nice. It's a sub-ohm tank. It's good, whatever. And then I realized I've been vaping this single coil for quite a while. I'm vaping it, somewhere between 60 and 70 watts, depending how I feel. It's Anakin, so you run that refresh thing, cleans it out every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes like I just put it in.
I watched the presentation video that Dimmy and Phil did on that coil head, and it's actually really interesting. It's very smart. Did you see that?
Not yet. I should watch it before I finish off my video.
Do you want me to tell you about it? Should I tell the viewers? It's really easy.
Tell me.
So there's 2 sections to the coil, and there is a very low amount of wattage that goes to the outside section of the coil. Which effectively, like, when you're priming a coil, whatever the coil is, and you give it a hit on the fire button, the heat draws the e-liquid into the cotton. Yeah. And it does that so that it's constantly priming, first prime, to the actual main section of the coil, and seems to work really well. He didn't say how many watts it was, but it just makes perfect sense. be interesting to see that in application. But yeah, that's it.
The other really nice thing that I like about this coil or this tank, I can't really show you on camera. You have to use the other one. The wick ports. So it's plug and play. You just plug the coil in the bottom, screw the base on. It's good. So when you pull the coil out, there's 3 wicking ports around it, so the e-liquid can get to the wicking. And when you pull it out, there's a wicking shield that comes down and blocks it.
Interesting.
So imagine you completely fill your tank. You're vaping away. You're like, this is getting towards the end. It's not so good anymore. You completely fill your tank to the top. You take one more puff and you're like, fuck, that's done. I got to change my coil. Flip it over, pull that coil out. Don't even worry about it. Just pull it out. Those wick ports will slam shut, closed. All that e-liquid just safe. Slap in a new coil. All of a sudden, it's wicking itself.
How about that?
Just a tiny little thing, but just really nice.
Yeah.
Just really well done.
Nice. And that's it.
That's it. That's all I got today.
That's it. Vandal.
I got some things in the mail, but they never fucking turn up because it's Christmas week and the mail sucks this week. And I've got some fancy shit, but I've been told that I'll be spanked if I vape it before Sunday. So, yeah, this is it.
Yep. I spank with a backhand in a downward motion always, the mafia style slap.
That's how I like it.
Yep. That's right. I've piqued your interest.
I don't even want to do what I'm vaping on it because I can't compete with Legion's glorious beard in the wind right now, man. It's like a Maybelline commercial or whatever.
I got the fan on. I have to
Maybe
have
it's
the fan
Legion sweats. You got to get 2 of them so that tornadoes.
Maybe it's humidity.
That is gone.
Oh man.
I realized the other day. I realized the other day that I fucked up. I've been growing this for a while, and I used to trim just a little bit because it would just go out, and I should never have done that. I should have let that grow long because eventually it would just flop down. And I discovered this because I was just playing around. I was in the bathroom talking to the wife, and I started braiding, just randomly braiding. And so I'm not going to do the full braid, but see, when you braid it, this is just sticks out in all directions.
You definitely should tease that out so that you've got the full pancake situation going on. Yep, definitely.
Look at that. I could put some hairspray in there and just have it out full time.
Yeah. No, or
take people's eye out in the elevator.
Yeah.
What elevator are you going?
Escalator.
3rd floor, ladies' lingerie, kids' toys.
Caliburn, Anarchist Orange. Oh, that looks weird.
Yeah.
And now I'm blue, white, whatever. Ooh, call me Edward.
It's because you're so
Suck your
cold.
blood.
It's all that snow around you. You've taken drama before, haven't you?
I am the drama.
Yeah. Johnny Drama. I'll tell you what I'm vapping. I'm vapping an SLR 2021 billet box with NFG V2 Panda inside there. Some shakedown.
Nice.
I'm also using the GT4S from Typhoon and the Snowcap Mods Step 21700 that has in that from Frank and Tones, and new addition the Squy from 99 Wraps and Greg Stevens on top of the Avalanche V2 from Snowcap Mods. This Squy is banging. I've talked about it too much. It's banger 5000 for a dual little Addy. Banger. That's right. It's the Benga Boys. It's fucking outstanding. It's very, very good. And got some jam it in there. Jam it in your face hole.
Nice.
Yep. Jam it straight up in your face hole. And so that's all my vaps. That's it. But I do got some stuff to talk about today. There's been a couple of big articles that came out in the last day or two. If you would just want to jump straight into that, they're not really...
Why not?
Huge things to discuss, but this was all on the Twitterverse. There was a couple of very big articles that I will put the link in. In fact, I'm actually going to do that right now.
Whoa!
Yeah, I am.
You got links?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Actually, and I will tell you a little bit of a story. Mark Gunter is a very, what would you call it, accomplished journalist slash researcher slash everything else that man does. I'm sure a lot of the people in the chat here would already know the name Mark Gunter, writing for Medium, but also writing on Medium, excuse me. Put out the call on Twitter whenever it was at the end of last week, I think, and he was asking to speak to vape advocates, retailers, just consumers of products, and said hit him up in his inbox, which I did, and ended up getting a reply from him. And very strange having someone like Mark Gunter email you back, because firstly you're checking the email address to make sure that it was actually him and not somebody dodgy. But I ended up speaking to him on the phone, which was really cool. The story that I have put the link to in chat is a very big piece. It's a 6-minute read. He's discussing, obviously, all the things we know about what's going on in the industry. But whenever Mark Gunter writes stuff, a lot of people take notice, which is really cool. But it is a very big piece, and it was kind of nice to speak to somebody, I guess, in the US, where you guys are getting it, from all angles. He was more interested in speaking with me about how it's affecting other countries, and how it's affecting Australia and that whole situation. And, with the full disclosure that, very likely, the stuff that I was speaking to him about wouldn't be in the article, which it is not. But, opened his eyes to, the roll-on effect, I guess, of what's happening in the US compared to other parts of the world. And he was very interested to hear, somebody in the middle of nowhere in Australia, being affected and can no longer do, legal trade in a place where there's so much stuff going on. But that article, if you have not read it, is very good. It is a big read, and he basically goes into almost everything that's happened in current times with vaping and the suppression of science, plus his background in writing about philanthropic shit fuckery. There's no easy way to say that, but it's an outstanding piece by Mark Gunter. Give him a follow on Twitter, that's kind of what I have to say about that. Yeah.
I posted it last week. You guys should know by now if you follow the IG page. But U.S. people, this is a win for us for now. Is that they ended up scrapping the bill as it is. We have a senator that's going totally against the president's thing, but it was announced 2 weeks ago. They had to take the vape tax out of the bill, out of the legislation. So there's going to be no vape tax, where it's going to be more tax than cigarettes and all that. And that's just for now. So don't go saying we won forever, because you know how this stuff goes. We get one win and then 3 fucking losses. But it's big news because even here in Nevada, so where I work, the owner of my company saw that this was going to happen or whatever, and has been constantly talking back and forth with our senator, one of our senators here, in constant contact, talking about, because he's a small business owner, in the state of Nevada, and how these taxes would affect everything and everybody. And after she talked to her, I'm not saying it's directly because of my boss, but I'm sure a lot of people have spoken up about this, because we're one of the, per capita, one of the largest places in the state of Nevada has all the vape manufacturers, or at least a good portion of them in the United States. It was there like that for the last couple of years. And so our senator was the big one that pushed it. And we don't get political here, but it was actually a Democratic senator, which is a big deal, because usually it's one side versus other in politics with taxes and stuff like that. And so they gutted it out of the bill. So if the bill does come back around right now, everyone in states knows what I'm talking about. They ended up having a disagreement, and none of it's going to go through at this point. But even if it goes through in the future, that should be a guaranteed win for us and the states. Because if it wasn't going to pass before with what was going to go on, it's not going to pass now with how much more they're going to have to gut the bill and everything. So it's really good news for us in the States. I mean, depending on where you get your stuff, if you can still get your stuff. I know there's a lot of places it's hard to get your stuff, and all that right now. But that's a good sign for us for the time being, at least for the next 6 to 8 months, I'm going to say, until something comes along again. And our midterms for elections come up soon, and all that stuff. So right now, go ahead and chalk that up as when advocacy. You guys did the saw thing, or you guys reached out to any of your stuff. pat yourself on the fucking back, because guess what? You deserve it. You deserve it. Just like you don't deserve to be taxed out the butthole for a cessation device.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the news from the Philippines over the past week?
Mm-hmm.
They passed a bill, and this is quite amazing because they were, at one point, they looked like they were one of the most restrictive or becoming one of the most restrictive countries in the world regarding vaping. They passed a bill that basically strips all that out of their law system, reduces the age back down to 18, so it's a parity with alcohol and cigarettes. It can be sold. There were some restrictions and regulations as to where, but those they don't seem too heavy-handed with that. The only thing that I don't like, just because of a personal thing, is vape companies there are not allowed to utilize social media or influencers for advertising, which kind of
that's a very gray area. Yeah,
that's a gray area that puts any reviewers in the country at risk. But other than that, it's actually a huge step forward. They were at a point where they were pretty much arresting people on the street for public vaping. So,
yeah,
things do get better eventually.
Yeah. Speaking about looking into the future, there was another thing that was shared earlier this morning by the amazing Dr. Mariwa Glover. She was sharing an article written by James Dunworth, who is head of E-Cigarette Direct Co. I am also going to put that into chat. This is also another very big piece. But this is basically every person of worth, every advocate of worth giving their prediction, 2022 predictions of what's going on at different parts of the world. And it's everywhere from Latin America to, Asia to Europe. There's a whole lot of stuff going on there. Africa, Samrat Chowdhury, head of INCO, Professor David Sweener, Alex Wodak, Louise Ross, Martin Cullop, Clive Bates, all the names. Everybody is there. Lots of different points of opinion and, I guess insight into what's going on. Pam, is that the petition? Is that link? Because I was going to put that in as well. I know David Lloyd, we were having a little discussion in chat there about the petition. If that's a petition,
that's what it is.
Oh, it is cool.
The E3716 petition to the House of Commons for the scientific use the science behind vaping for if you're going to make your decisions instead of just doing your knee-jerk reactions like everyone else.
Yes. The only thing I do know about that is that that is for Canadian citizens only. So for the rest of us who would love to help and do stuff, we can't take part in that unless you have a Canadian address. I'm just saying. But don't do the dodgy on that because we all know what happens with petitions when...
Grab your bag of milk, go in and fill that petition out.
That's it. Oh, nice. Steve's giving us a second view there. Thank you, Pam.
We're getting the POV.
Yeah.
There you go.
Legion.
See, and I got my new screen up so that it's right below the camera.
We're talking about important stuff, Steve, and then
Steve's like, check out what I'll do on Chatterbait.
Yeah. Shit.
What bugs me is how you have your main monitor split. What are you doing? I mean, I get it, the camera's there, but like...
I can do this now. One monitor. Little monitor.
Camera
Second monitor.
Camera 2.
Third monitor.
That is...
Big-ass light. And top camera. Main camera.
Steve's whole setup is like that junk
that I need to get rid of. Lights. Bonsai tree.
I like your little...
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That was gross. Why is my head so red?
I can't eat salami for a week now, thanks.
It's, yeah. That last camera view compared to what we're currently looking at is just worlds apart.
Sewer Rug said, I thought he was on Only Roofs.
Yeah. Only beards. Pam is absolutely right there. The previous comments were disregarded by the government Canada, so we are resubmitting our comments. So you got.
So if you've already done it, do it again.
Do it again.
Keep doing it until they listen.
That's right. Yep.
And if you don't want to retype it all out, every time you do one of these petitions, copy your stuff to your notes on your computer or your phone, wherever you're doing it from, And then if you feel like, oh, maybe they're not paying attention, change it up before each time you send it a little bit. But that makes it easier because advocacy is hard to deal with, but it's not hard to do.
That's right. Another thing that has been going for a while, and I think Charles Gardner is probably the champion of this, is the hashtag old farts vaping. He did put the call out a couple of days ago for anyone, I think that he considers an old fart as anyone over the age of 45. But to tell a little bit of your story with a photo of yourself and put it onto Twitter with the hashtag old farts vaping. It's been going a long time, but I did mine one this morning just because I don't think I've ever done it before, and I realised actually I'm old. I'm older than I thought I was. So yeah, that was a bit of fun. So you can do that as well because they're getting shared left, right, and centre. I had engagement on that tweet of people that I'd never even engaged with on the Twitter sphere before. So same again. It's all anecdotal stuff that's being accumulated and. Yes, I sound like the rose-colored glasses person, but I firmly believe that, tide of change.
I want to say, like Dave Lloyd said in the chat, they don't listen, they never do. Here's the thing about that, man. When you're going through a situation and you look back in history, all the things that should have been done right are noticed because of the people that spoke about it, and it's kept in some kind of record at some place. So when you do things like this and you submit it to a government, most government agencies keep any kind of communication with them in their records, in their history stuff. So one day when they finally pull their heads out of their fourth point of contact and they get their stuff together, you're in a database somewhere, not being tracked, but you're being shown that you tried. And it's going to show that all these people tried. And it's going to show the efforts of the people trying to prove that this is a better source of thing. It doesn't even have to apply to vaping. Anything that you advocate for, it's important to make sure it gets out there. It's going to fall on deaf ears. I'll tell you that a million times. But the thing is that it's going to be in a record somewhere. So when the history looks back on it, they're going to be like, damn, this was an overwhelming amount of people that supported this, that wanted this, that are proved, that shared their stories and all this stuff. And it looks better in the history books than it does to just be upset about it, because you're going to talk about advocacy no matter what, whether it's between your friends, us on here, and stuff like that. Might as well have it somewhere that's going to be recorded forever and kept track of, so that when history looks back at things, that's how we learn from it, is because of the average people, or the people that were ignored or disregarded, become the focal point of the issues, and then it becomes something that is good, and it's what's going to inspire the next generation people that are going to have to advocate for something that's very serious to them.
I mean, the thing is too, there's the historical record, but things do change. It's a long, slow, and incredibly painful process, but things do change. There's a point that's not that far in the past. It's within our living memory when anyone of color in any Western nation was considered to be either livestock or chattel. Women were property. The reason why women take their husband's last name is because you are property of your parents, your father, and then you are transferred. Ownership is transferred to your new master, your husband. You could not buy, purchase, or own anything. So many little things like that we can point out where, life was just not great for most of us in the world. If you weren't wealthy, you didn't have certain rights, all that sort of stuff. And it has gradually, slowly eroded away to become something else. And we're not in a perfect spot. I'm not saying, African Americans used to be chattel and now they've got it great. No, it still sucks, but it's much better than it was. And we'll keep working at that until it's even better again. And the same thing goes here. We're not in a great spot with this situation we're in, but if we work at it slowly over time, even though a lot of them don't listen, a lot of them have other interests, a lot of people are invested in the status quo. Yeah. It's the same sort of thing. Eventually it will shift.
Yeah. The only time that anything happens right away is when you get fast food. That's why it's called fast food, and you're going to pay $12 to shit your pants later. There's a reason why anything that comes fast is never anything great. You know what I mean? And it's called progress. You progress doesn't mean that you won the battle. Yeah. Progress means you're working towards the end of that battle.
I'm gonna. Sorry.
I was going to say I understand the frustration with government and them not listening and feeling that there's no motion there, like just across the board, not just in vaping. I understand that feeling, but sometimes you got to step back from that and go, yeah, okay. bigger picture, beyond my lifetime, things do shift. Hopefully, this one will be a bit faster than that.
Yeah.
And eventually, if you just get so annoying enough that enough people do it, they're going to maybe look into it just to get you to shut the fuck up.
That too. Yeah.
It plays into your hand regardless of whether they're paying attention or they just want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to change tact a little bit, I received, I guess, a mail out from Dr. Glover's CORES, the Center for, there's so many words in that, the analogy, no, whatever you call that, the name for her organization in NZ. But there was something that I saw here, and I will put this link in the chat, if I can do that, because technology. Oh, come on, you stupid mouse.
You said the F word.
No, I didn't. Did I? I did. Technology.
Well, I can go back and look at it.
Yeah. No, don't do that because... okay. This is from Dr. Glover. This is called Squirrel. It's an online course about why it can be hard for some people to stop smoking. The course also teaches you about stop smoking methods. Everyday language is used in digital games. Squirrel is ideal for busy people who prefer to learn at their own pace. We are looking for community health workers and vape shop staff who can read and write in English to participate in a trial of the course. While it's designed for worldwide use, this first version is English only. Something that I saw a while ago and then just forgot all about it. But basically anything Dr. Glover does, I want to be involved in and help share and cover. If you go to the Chorus website, which I will put in chat in a second, I'm pretty sure you can subscribe up to her mailing list. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there that she put in there. One in particular, a paper that she's written, which is in our paper published in the International Journal of Community Safety and Wellbeing, the view of store robberies for tobacco products and perceived causes and potential solutions. In NZ, with this whole situation of tobacco and the age limitations being put on that, theft and what's going to happen with black market tobacco and I guess endangering other people is also a huge thing. There is no one more powerful in the world or at the forefront of that whole situation than Dr. Glover. So more big reading to educate yourself and get involved. You guys can. I'll get the Chorus website situation sorted out and put that link in.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I got to find that so you can talk if you like.
Buttholes.
Yeah, thank you.
Butt plug.
Yep. Thanks,
We
guys.
are so juvenile.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We got some serious issues going on here. We're talking about changing the world, and all we can think about are buttholes, butt plugs. And have you seen my camera?
Have you seen my best
How
butt?
heavy is that setup that you have? Like, do you have to weight it down? Like, weights and all that? Or what? Like, with that camera setup, man?
Sandbags. Everything's got sandbags.
It's funny because, like, I'm not stupid, but sometimes I am stupid. And when I got the green screen, it came with the sandbags or whatever. And I was like, when I was taking it all apart, I was super, like, shed timed, as people call it. I'm sure you guys get the reference. And I pulled out these two bags. I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to put in here? Like, the bars don't fit in here. Like, what the hell? And I was all trying to stuff like that. And I was like, oh, maybe it's for the clips. I was like, you can only fit like one clip or two clips in it. It was the sandbags to hold it down.
Yeah. Sandbags are incredible, especially when you got fans on. Things wobble a little bit. And lights, stands. If you got boom arms, you start putting them out. They tip. Sandbags.
Can you do that motion again?
Moo.
Adam, let us be in charge for 1 minute.
Yeah. You're both grounded. I'm just gonna Dave Lloyd. We certainly not. No one's saying anything about your comments.
No.
And I'm just gonna say that any opportunity, anything minuscule as it is, and as backwards as it may seem, if we are all breathing, then we are going to do something to help or do something. It's an incredible negatory situation, mentally health draining thing to do anything in this space. 4 years of it, and I have done a tenth that most of the people do on those spaces. But if there is one little piece of anything that can be done, we're going to do it for you. We're going to help. So that's why we keep talking about it.
I didn't mean to seem like I was coming at you, Dave, or anything like that. I've had I just drank some Coca-Cola. I had like a Red Bull taste. I'm a little hyper. And believe me, I will speak from experience for myself. I've taken like 6 months off of vape advocacy stuff. I've taken my time off of it. And you're very right. It's very easy to lose faith in it. Yeah. And not trying to bring talk down to you or anything like that at all, because I understand that there's real fatigue there, and it, like Adam said, it's mentally and it's physically draining. Like, you can get sick because you stress yourself out so much about stuff. So please take all the time you need in the space between it, but just make sure when you're knee deep in shit, you keep walking to find the edge, then get out of it at least at one point. You know what I mean? Yep. And sometimes you gotta take a step away from it, and that's totally fine. But there's gonna be dumbasses like me. It's gonna tell you forever to just keep trying when you can.
Yep. 100%. I think also Colin was alluding to that. I don't know whether Mr. Mendelsohn was talking about that in the post show with us, Steve, when he was on the Aussie Vape show, and he was giving us a little bit of insight into his 6 month, walking
sabbatical.
away. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it's a small crowd here, and I'm not sure whether I can say this or not. But at the point when it was the end of the Australian Senate inquiry, and basically that was the point when Colin was like, "I'm done." He was basically done. He was walking away from everything and was going to retire to go and go rafting for it. He was done with all he's done in 30 plus years of activism and advocacy and all that sort of thing. And it was a point of he wasn't done. It was that one moment he woke up and was like, "There's still more I could do." But God, someone like that.
And now he wrote a book.
100%. You got being top level. In harm reduction and that whole situation, and when you walk away, you're like, you know what? I've made a career out of this. I've spent a lifetime doing this. I'm done. And then he goes, actually, maybe I'm not done. Maybe I'm do something stupid and write a book. Well,
that break in between, it gives you the perspective.
Yeah, he did the right thing though. He didn't just go fuck it, I'm done, and announce it. Yeah, he took a sabbatical. He took a break. He took some time off, and it only took a week or two into that before he started writing his book. And it wasn't planned like I'm going to write a book. No, it was he just stopped and lived a life for a little while, and then eventually came back. And I think we all feel like that at various points in our life. I just want to screen capture that and use it for my shill ad. 9 out of 10 breeze tones prefer.
I'm gonna Photoshop something else on the book, like coffee for dummies or something.
But yeah, I think we all get that feeling, and I think it's vitally important. Like, before you say anything, you have arguments with your partner. You have that moment where you're just fucked with your job, or whatever it is, relationships, your band, your band. The drummer doesn't turn up, and he's fucking drunk when he gets there. All that stuff, and you're just like, fuck, I'm done. It's really important to just calm the fuck down, take some space, let yourself let all that stress out, and go, is it really that bad, or was I just caught up? How many times, I think the relationship thing, we've all been in there. How many times have you broken up with someone and then a week later gone, the fuck did I do? Over Cheetos. We broke up over Cheetos. What the fuck? Or whatever it was. I mean,
I think Dennis Michael is kind of summing up what I wanted to say. I think that for all of us who are, lifelong smokers, the desire to not want to go back to cigarettes far outweighs any of the bullshit that we have to deal with, now. Yeah. So I guess that's, at a root, what would you call that? Inspiration to, continue, as much as you keep getting knocked back, I just don't want to go back. I went out recently and yet again had that. I'm not seeing a lot of smokers out in the streets anymore. Maybe that's just the Rona, and maybe that's just, because I don't go out anymore. But went to the city recently, and that whole thing again of, people smoking just wherever. I walked, down to my local shopping center, and there's a bit of an office building just on the way. And around the corner. I could smell the cigarette for 20 meters while I was walking up to this building, and so I kept my eyes open to see where this person was. And this person was tucked around in this little, basically a fire door, standing there next to a bin. And I was thinking, my God, that was me. That was what I used to do. I used to go and find the spot where no one could see me, and stand there, an addict, smoking my cigarettes. And I was like, these are the people, these are the ones that they don't even know about vaping yet, and we're years deep into it. It's, it's intense.
Like Ern said in the chat, it's always good to take a break, step away from anything you're doing, anything, and just process things and regroup. Helps put things in perspective. And that's it right there, because advocacy or trying to learn a new hobby, a job, whatever you're doing, and this goes to everyone, is you got to take a step back sometimes and reevaluate and see where you're going to come from with these things, because that break might be the inspiration spark you need to see, well, if I'm doing it this way, it's not working, maybe I'll try a different way. I know it's a little bit harder to say that with advocacy, because we haven't figured out a direct plan that works in any aspect or any way. In the UK, it's free to run and go vape as much as you want, as long as you're legally of age. In Australia, you have to go get a prescription. United States, we're almost got to smuggle it. So there's no right or wrong answer necessarily, but when you take the time away to figure out how you can provide what feels meaningful for you to any cause that you believe in, that's the best way to approach it. Because you're going to sit there and you're going to beat yourself with a hammer, and you're the head of the nail right there every day. You're going to be worn down. You're going to be beat up.
You raise an interesting point in my head. When I started doing my channel, Australia, you could vape, but you had to order from overseas. We were unsure about the law. Nobody knew exactly where the line, the TGA was clear, but nobody looked into it. It was kind of weird. America looked like the land of hope and glory. It was just freedom. It was just Wild West. You could just go to a store, buy whatever you want, whatever strength. It was just new products all the time, everywhere. New vape stores and companies were popping up everywhere. It was amazing. And we were on this side looking at that. Thailand and Malaysia was like if you get caught vaping, we're going to whip the crap out of you or throw you in jail. Singapore was it had just come down at that point, that it was absolute, it was like you're better off smuggling heroin into Singapore than vape products. So that's where the world was. Now we need prescriptions here. That seems a little bit worse if you look at it within the microcosm. But when you look at the bigger picture compared to what's going on in the States, we've actually improved compared to where you're at. Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, all of those places, they're starting to turn around and go, okay, yeah, the vaping, it works. Let's just let it through, either more or less. Singapore has just stayed the same. How much has changed is what I'm trying to get at over the whole global thing. Some places have gotten worse. Some places have gotten better. Some have just incrementally shifted to one side. Not better or worse, just different.
And some have flipped.
Yeah. So that's the amount of change that we've had in 4 years. So it's not going to stay the same. 4 years from now, that amount of change will have happened again. Other places will have gotten more open. Some will have gotten more repressive. And whether or not they get better or worse is going to depend a lot on us advocates, a lot on the science, and a little bit on the money and politics behind it. But it will be different. The landscape across the world will be different than it is now. The only thing I can say for sure is that the UK will be better off for vaping than the rest of the world. That will not change. They will just get better and better there, and I'll still be here. That's the only thing I can guarantee. My beard will probably be a little bit longer, like that much. And Birdman will still be here. His beard will be bigger than mine.
And it's a good thing that's Steve pointed that out. The thing is, will change. It's after the fact now, so it sucks. But American media is starting to change their tune after everything. I wish I had some links to throw down. I send them to Adam and Steve all the time in our little group chat thing. But a lot of they're not quite big media yet, because big media has their interests and stuff, and a lot of these big media companies are tied to some kind of tobacco subsidies or owned by some kind of thing or whatever that knows somebody that knows somebody. But a lot of news outlets that are not quite small, but they're not big mainstream, they're coming out in the defense of vaping with how it's it stops people from smoking, and how the rates of people actually dropped smoking since vaping's been around, and you're not paying attention to the stuff. all this FDA crap that came out a couple years ago about kids vaping. Fun fact, if you watch the video I did on the local vape channel, they included people that were over the age of 18 in those statistics because they considered them high school age and stuff like that. And now the facts are being out there, like Fox, VOX was one thing, and they're like, this is what's actually going to happen. It's going to push people to smoking instead of vaping. And then if you can't get, like, I get it. We don't want kids to vape. Kids shouldn't be vaping. But they brought up the argument that if you're going to have something on the market, you might as well have something that's going to be safer for you than something that's guaranteed to kill you. 300-something thousand people die a year from cigarettes alone, and like only a small part of the world, much less this. And I get it. I'm not advocating for kids to vape or anything like that. But if you're going to have something out there, it should be something that's going to be better for people on the long run and all around. And then you also have, like, you're not going to see it in a Bloomberg article or anything like that. I've seen, like, Rolling Stone and stuff like that. They've done articles about how this has actually helped thousands upon thousands and thousands of people actually go through and stop smoking cigarettes, get them off of cigarettes. And besides that one scare that we had 2 years ago where they said that kids were doing this or adults were buying vapes and then getting sick, that's weird how it only happened at that one time. And then people stopped cutting their weed products with vitamin E oil. And you haven't heard about one fucking thing about vaping making anybody sick. You have not heard nothing. The people that were doing that were doing underground drug deals with their shit, and they're cutting their product to do that. And guess what? Everyone finally realized that because the evidence stacked up. You don't see it on the news anymore. I get it. There's a lot of other stuff going on right now in the world, so maybe it's on the back burner. Sure, you'll see a Bloomberg article pop up, but that's because he has a stake in like a heated vape device, kind of wannabe almost vape device. So you'll see stuff from these people. But the tune's changing. People are paying attention. And it's not necessarily because Chris Vandal, wrote the thing to CASA, because they have no access to that, but it's because they see how it affects people, how it's starting to affect people, and how places that have banned it in the United States, smoking has went up because they got rid of vaping. Some people have to have their fix and they have to go back to cigarettes. I'm not going to judge anyone for their path in life, but the stats are proving in our favor. And their people are paying attention and people are listening. There's nothing that media loves to do more than to catch you on a gotcha moment. Whether it's, oh, we think that you're doing this illegal stuff with vaping, gotcha. But guess what? Now we're seeing that it's helping people. It's making it better. Gotcha, government. You're full of shit. And I don't care what media you follow. The media loves to dig out on the government and shit on the government. And guess what? That's what's happening because they are wrong. They are wrong. And it comes back around full circle. It takes time. Will it be in my generation? Not my generation, excuse me, my lifetime? I don't have high hopes for it. I'm only 35 years old. I still maybe got a good 15 years left before, you put me on one of those machines that just turns me into Matrix goo.
Damn, so I got 4 years left. What?
You do whatever you want, Adam. I'm speaking for myself. But the thing is, it's going to happen. It's still going to be coming. Change is always around the corner, but you just don't know where the corner is at.
That's in fact changes around the corner, but you just don't know where it's at. That was the motivational blah blahs for today. That was outstanding, indeed. Let's get out of the heavy talk. Let's do it. Let's get out of the heavy talk. You know what I'm doing tonight? Tonight I am going to a moonlight cinema with my family. Do you guys?
Is that like
those?
a drive-in theater?
No. Well, they do it in a park. They set up a big screen and you sit in the park with beanbags.
Oh, Shakespeare at the park?
Yeah.
Doth wear mother's robes?
No, we're actually going to watch Home Alone in the park.
Oh, nice.
See, I kind of understand the appeal of that. And then on the other hand, I'm thinking, but at home I can pause it to go take a leak and I can make my own popcorn and I can change the channel if the movie gets boring. And I can sit in my underwear and nobody cares.
Yeah, but Steve, the difference is you don't have kids that you love like Adam does.
Wow.
I can't argue with you.
All right, guys, this is my last time on the show.
No, I can't argue with you on that.
Nil. No, but it's true. But it's nice to sit in the park and, it's not crazy hot down here at the moment, and it's just something different. And we're going for him. We're going for the fam. A little bit of time. In fact, it's probably the fourth time I've been out in public in the last 6 months. So I will also be anxious and anxiety ridden.
PSS, Pam.
I was actually I was going to ask you this earlier because I was thinking about this today. given the last couple of years that we've had, throat's going hoarse. It's better. Given the last couple of years that we've had, is agoraphobia like a logical response? Is this like
100%
a rational reaction to the world?
Yeah.
And do I have agoraphobia now? I haven't been out in a long time.
Yeah.
Very long
you get
time.
so used to it.
I just don't go anywhere. Honestly,
I gotta tell you, like, I'm there with you, Steve. I've got friends, in real life. I just don't hang out with them very often. I've gotten it down, and COVID's a great excuse to where I see them twice a year in person. It's fun in the moment. After the fact, do I feel like I need to mentally take a shower and like get away from everybody and like cocoon for the next 3 weeks? You're goddamn right, because guess what? I found the way to take your, you take your, I'll just call it a cave for lack of better words, around you, and you know how to make it work for you. Your functionalness, like you said, I just go in the kitchen, make some popcorn, do stuff. You found your comfort zone, and don't let anyone ever tell you that, you're just antisocial. Guess what, bitch? Yes, I am, and I have.
I've always been antisocial. I was born antisocial.
Yeah. Introverted extroverts.
The lucky part was I actually gravitated towards like punks and alternative people and artists. They're all antisocial too. So we all got together, and it was a great little group of antisocial people.
So, no, but that would make all of us anti-socials.
Yes, it was wonderful. I miss that. 12 people in a room sitting in each corner with a bottle of
whatever
beer, complaining about the world.
Yeah,
and
now
to
we just do it on
themselves.
YouTube.
Yeah, or Zoom. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it'll be an interesting situation. It'll be a bit of fun, and can talk about how disgusting it was to see and talk to other people next show.
And it give you and the lady to talk about like after you people watch, and then they're like, oh, remember that guy with the weird fucking nose? Like, oh, what was wrong? I'm walking around all day. What's up, pal? Just like you'll find, at least that's what I do. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm more worried about sitting in a beanbag that's probably not been, what do you call it?
Do me a favor, take a saran wrap thing.
Yeah.
Just like go there, show up, and then saran wrap it, make everyone stare at you, and then they'll give you guys the space that you want. You know what I mean? No one will sit next to you.
Yeah. 100%.
Like people hate the COVID stuff right now with the mask, and I get it. It's annoying to remember it and have it on. I fucking love it. I love wearing a mask. No one talks to me. No one looks at me and like thinks I'm gonna answer them. And guess what? I walk around when I have these on and I'm walking around in public. I ain't listening to nothing. I ain't listening to shit. But guess what? I ain't listening to no one talk to me either. But that's just me. I find the positive and the negatives.
We were talking.
I saw the best mask. I was looking for masks on Google, and it looks very Apple. It's white, and it's the full head, and it's got like the glass shield that comes all the way down, and it goes right up. Like unfortunately, I'd have to roll up the beard, but it goes right underneath. It just and it's got like air filters underneath. Yeah. And I was just looking at that mask, going like, why haven't we gotten there yet? Why are we still using these disposable shits? Why haven't we embraced these masks? I want the space helmet. It's just like I want to walk around in that.
People talk crap about those kind of masks and stuff, but that gives you all the space in the world. You ever want to go to a grocery store and have no one come around you? Like, I almost bought it. Everyone sees it. They make fun of it on Facebook and stuff. It's just that giant shield that's like iridescent. You know what I mean? Yeah. And all that stuff. Oh, you'd be a weirdo. No one would talk to you. That's the point.
Yeah, you know what I'm most concerned about is that, because here's one that my wifey made me. This is a Star Wars mask that I wear. And, when I'm wearing the mask, can you see this face? Right? You don't think much of it, but when I take the mask away and I'm doing this, that's what I won't be able to do in public anymore, because it's constant resting bitch face. It's like, really? Did you just do that? Yeah.
But see, that's why I want that helmet thing. Have you guys seen those showers? They're really, really cool. There's
what's a shower?
Exactly.
Yep.
It's too hot for a shower. They have these showers and the big glass wall, right? And they have them in fancy hotels. And so the shower is got a glass window, and if you're in the bed, you can see right through. You can see the shower. There's no privacy, but there's a button. It's electrostatic glass, and it just goes dark gray. You can't see through it, right? But you can see through on one side, so you can see the bed. You can see what's going on from the shower, but they can't see you. And I love that idea. Like, combine that with that big mask, so I can be walking around, people start walking up to me, and I just kind of hit that button and just go, just as they're about to walk up, and just no. I can't see you. You can't see me. We're not engaging. Here's your money.
And that's why
Thanks
I think
for my bread.
people are so standoffish about the reflective masses, because you got to see yourself talk to other people, and like no one likes to look at themselves. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people suck.
I want to
Well,
replace
you know what,
my.
Steve? Just make a whole shower that you carry around like a barrel in
Yes.
1912, and just walk around with the shower on you.
I'm just gonna get a Roomba and a Nest Cam, attach them, and a basket behind it, and I'll just sit here at my computer, remote controlling it as it goes out in the world. It can go interact for me. I don't want to leave the house anymore ever again.
Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? You can't hear that? Oh, good. They're doing construction on the house just behind me. And
Now I can.
Yeah, they weren't doing it right up until the moment I press go live, and now that it's coming to the end of the show, they've started again. So I timed that perfectly to a T.
Yeah.
We are coming to
real
that.
quick shout out to
See, Pat Pam's there. She says, I think there's another unintended benefit to vaping. Introverts found a stage and voice through this community. But here's the weird thing. I was never an introvert. I was the guy that used to do stand-up slam poetry. I was in a punk band, and I was like the front man. So that's falling off the stage, falling into the drum kit, falling over a lot because I never hit the stage unless I was drunk. There's a lot of out there in my history. It's only the last couple of years that I've just kind of retreated to the camera and my desk because the world is just
I never
stupid.
would have done this without Adam bringing me onto this. Vape Malone, may he rest in internet peace, because he never comes on anymore, but we love him. And if it wasn't for other vapors,
he's still
I would
a
never
full-time
be here.
amigo.
Yeah, he's still
Best
a
thing.
full-time amigo. He always has his Amigo card. I don't know what to call it. I know he's not a virgin, but no.
You sure about that?
But yeah, I'm here because of this. I'm here because of the community. I started out just yelling at. If you guys saw when I first came on here before we started the Amigos, I would even go on Facebook Live and just yell at the camera, "Vaping's not bad. Vaping's not bad. It helped me stop." And I'd be getting drunk and stuff and doing it. But yeah, so it definitely brought people together. It brings random groups of people together. And I love Adam, and we're very good friends, in my opinion. I don't care what he thinks. No. But and this stuff like this, there would be no other way in the world that we would have been able to connect like we have and become friends and, share interests and do stuff like this, you know what I mean? And it's because of vaping. It's because of vaping, so...
That's what I wrote in that tweet with Old Farts Vaping today, was that no doctor could provide the worldwide support that this community has, and does. It's a huge, huge thing. Yeah. Fellas, we're coming into silly season week. Have you got stuff going on this week, or is it? Are you off? Tell us what's going on, Chris. What's going on with Friday Fallout?
I'll go first while we get the VR experience of Steve.
Yep.
No Friday Fallout this week. It is Christmas Eve. And I said I don't want to look at your crusty faces. Well, I don't want to show you my crusty face, I guess. I don't see anyone's faces. But we will have a 4-hour extravaganza, because the next Friday after that is going to be New Year's. So we're going to do the 4-hour time zone across the United States. You guys that watch from other countries will already be in the future and know how crappy the world is. But until then, new year, new me. No. But yeah, so we're going to do a 4-hour show. We're going to have some guests on the show. I've already got some confirmations. It's going to be a good time. We even do some contests. Anthony has put together a 45-minute, I believe it was, video recap of stuff that we've done stupid shit on the show and all that stuff. But otherwise, so this weekend, enjoy the time with your family, friends, and if that's not your thing, enjoy the time with yourself. Please look after yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't drink eggnog, because I think it's gross and my opinion is better than yours. But that's all I got.
Clam nog.
Damn. I like eggnog, just not boozy sort,
See what I'm saying? I would never got along with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, thanks. Yeah. Stephen Legion. What do you got?
It is the holiday season, so I'm doing the same old shit. We have a couple of reviews coming up when I get around to finishing them. We have a Thursday morning on my channel, just going to hang and shoot the shit with people. And then we have the special Boxing Day / Christmas, depending where you are in the world, Aussie Vape Show on Sunday. Nothing is going on hiatus. Nothing is changing. I will not stop. You can't make me. I have no other reason for living, so I may as well just keep the camera on. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
Nice. Awesomes. Yes, we will. Sunday will be Boxing Day. Excuse me, Boxing Day. We are doing the Aussie Vape Show with a little bit of Tues science, perhaps. A little bit of stuff. So tune into that on the Legion Sweats YouTube channel. Pam, see, she's with you. Eggnog is just odd.
Eggnog is delicious.
Only it's got to be homemade. That whole thing. I had a Canadian friend that used to bring around his Canadian mum's recipe every Christmas. Bring me eggnog and a Scotched egg. It was like this Christmas tradition thing.
Scotch eggs.
Yeah.
I can't get them here.
Yep. And
I can't be bothered making them.
Yep. Well, Vandal's about to vomit on screen.
I don't think Vandal. Have you ever had a Scotch egg? Do you know what it is?
What, does it come from Scotland and it's really angry at anyone coming to its country?
Yes.
Pretty much. A Scotched egg is basically an egg that's wrapped in sausage meat, crumbed and deep fried, cooked, and you serve it with a little chutney or something. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. Anyway,
you guys can stop eating like you're in World War II. It's been 70 years.
If Taco Bell had them, I swear, the world would go Burko. Yeah.
Okay, if you put it in a Doritos Loco shell, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. We have come to the end of the show. We will see you next week. We do wish you the very best for your crazy weekend coming up. Don't punch out too many family members. Don't go crazy. But we'll see you next week. We'll see you on Sunday. We'll see you for the 4-hour extravaganza on the Friday Fallout with all of that going on there. Big love to you all. Hey, 2021 is almost to a close, and we can, continue to feel negative about 2022 very soon.
Yes. So, 2020 you.
2020 you. We will see you next week. Big love and stuff. Drink more water. Brush your teeth. Hug those people you love. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.